All right. Welcome everyone. It looks like we are live. Good morning. Welcome to the live stream where we trade the market open every day. So hope you guys had a good evening yesterday. I hope you guys had some good trading. I also hope nobody is somehow, in a bad position with INPX. I know this one was flying in all sorts of directions. So we could talk about it a little bit today with that reverse split, kind of wild stuff going on. Today is Tuesday and it's the 7th of January. So, this month, it's flying by, already 7 days in. It's 9:16 Eastern Standard Time. We got 14 more minutes till the market opens. We're going to take these 14 minutes, review the watch list, and then once the market opens at 9:30, we're going to go ahead and trade for 30 minutes. If you guys have any questions, video description below, the FAQs are there. I just checked the last video. For some reason, they weren't there. I added them to both videos, so I apologize for that. Let's get started with the watch list. What is up? What's up, Isaac? What's up, Sebastian? I'll tell you what's up. INPX is down, or I don't even know what you want to say. This thing got totally demolished yesterday. INPX was... I was a little upset about the fact that we didn't trade this one yesterday. And I know you guys are probably like, why are you upset you didn't trade this yesterday? Because all it did yesterday was go down. And that's actually why, because if you look on the 5-minute, right here, well, now it's all like in $15 and $20. I was so used to this being whole different metrics yesterday. What kind of split was this? This was a 1-to-45 split. That's ridiculous. Usually you'll see like 1-to-5 or 1-to-10, 1-to-15 maybe. 1-to-45 is really aggressive. Yeah, so around a little afternoon and then even closer towards the afternoon, while I was making my recap video, we had some huge bounces, 30% bounce, 35% bounce. I mean, these were huge bounces, and I would have loved to snack one of these. Now it's about $10, but former support zones, like always. Let me actually go to the 5-minute chart really quickly. And INPX is not on my watch list today. I probably won't be trading it, but you can see here, big breakout we had originally from this $10 zone, which is really weird because it clearly wasn't $10 at the time. I love these areas for big bounces, and especially this support zone here at 12.21. Let's just draw a quick line here at like 12.30, even though 21 is what we're going to be looking at. Deep. Oh, drawing these lines always hurts my wrist. And then just zoom in a little bit here. You can see that first massive bounce was right a perfect support line bounce. I mean, this is like textbook classic. So I'm a little upset that we didn't trade this one in the afternoon. I typically wrap up trading around 11. So there's a lot of time and nothing going on. So that's typically why we don't trade that late. But 30% bounce. And then again, just taking profits there, waiting for a second crash, doing the same thing over and over again. Would have been a beautiful day. What's up, Katie Morales? I don't think I've seen you before, so welcome to the live stream. INPX, pretty interesting to watch, can go either way, but I think it will drop a lot. Yeah, I don't know. I'm with you on that one. I don't really touch these things, especially after they reverse split. I mean, there's just all sorts of weird stuff going on, and this is exactly what we've been talking about for the last, I don't know, since the last week around like what, Wednesday was New Year's, about like Thursday, that INPX is running. It's up like 2,000+%. At one point it's going to crash, and it's going to crash hard. I didn't expect a reverse split to happen as well, but it did. Yeah, it's a tough one. Well, let's move on. Let's talk about the watch list, because that's the important stuff for today. So remember guys, if you want to check out the watch list and everything that I'm trading right now, and probably till the end of this challenge, I'm going to be using Trade to Win. It's this forum here. You can see it. It's Trade to Win forum, and I post my watch list every single day. And then I also post the trade recaps. I don't know if you guys are interested in that, check it out. Otherwise, you could just watch the live stream and hear me talk about the watch list in real time. Now I'm having configuration issues. One little second here, my window won't open back up. Come on, what's going on? And now it's totally not doing anything. All right. HUSA. Sorry guys for that little delay. This is the one top of our watch list. You know, it's kind of weird because this one doesn't really have any, you know, news on it. It's one of those classic Iran kind of runners, Iranian, because, you know, obviously the big conflict over there. And then on Friday, everything oil related was just flying regardless of news. And this was one of them. And, you know, I just don't really know how I feel about trading it. It does have, you know, 11 million market cap, 54 million float. And it's below $1, so not really in the price range we want to trade. But, you know, that market cap and that float is exactly what we want. It just, you know, it's all about kind of this macro thing. So no micro news. I don't know if we're going to be trading this one, but I definitely will be following it. Big support and resistance, and it's trading between them very, very nicely. Long-term chart, a little bit devastating as well. It's trading on NASDAQ, and I'm actually not sure how it's been able to be below $1 for so long on NASDAQ. These guys must be just about at the point where they're going to get delisted. I would have to look into that a little bit more, but under $1, I think if you under $1 for more than like consecutively for, was it 15 days or like 2-3 weeks, you get a notice that you will be delisted if you do not go back above $1. That's why you have a lot of these stocks, you know, hovering around 50 cents that just whack up to $1 because they start pumping their own stock, and that creates a lot of trading opportunities. So let's see here. These guys are just chilling under, you know, 24 cents, but then today they're already, you know, well above 24, hitting this 29 area. Now they're pulling back a little bit. So I think opening bell, these guys could be really interesting. They also had some decent volume yesterday, so we'll be looking into them. To be honest, Andy, I don't know why INPX split. I would have to look at that, probably to keep their stock price over $1. That's usually why companies split. It's like they'll announce it. So if you go to their, you know, 8K or 10K or whatever filing they have the reason listed. I typically use otcmarkets.com for that. It's a pretty nice little tool to use to kind of figure out what's going on with companies. But just find out where their listing is, just read through it. It's typically one of two reasons, either because they need to increase their price, their stock price. What was the other reason? I think I don't know. If I think of the other reason, it was very similar to basically listing requirements. And what was it? It's like the tip of my mind. I can't think of it right now. But yeah, by doing a reverse split, I mean, these guys were yesterday, like 40 cents, and now they're, you know, they hit something ridiculous, you know, like $20 or something for a little bit. Now they're back at like what, 8 or something. Yeah, they hit $20. Now they're at 7.71. So yeah, that's what a reverse split does. It puts you back on the radar. It lets you be listed again, basically. Let's see, I just got totally off track. Good morning, Justin. Yeah, you got to watch out holding those bags, man. That's exactly, you know what, that happened to me with when I first started trading small caps. It happened to me like 3-4 times. I kept holding bags and I was like, what is going on? And that's why I don't do overnight anymore. And that's why I typically only trade the morning open, and I'm in and out of these positions fairly quickly. A lot of these companies are not the next Apple. They're not the next Tesla. They're just simply a lot of pump and dumps, a lot of shady stuff going on. You just have to understand that. And once you kind of understand that these are companies that probably won't be around too long, you understand that holding overnight is very risky. Oh, time is flying. We only got 5 more minutes till the market opens. Yeah, Isaiah, yeah. So it was already set up in November. Okay, see, I was not even aware of that. It's so important to check this stuff. What I usually do, the one thing I do check all the time is if a stock has dilution. So I'll talk about that actually right now. Actually, let me quickly squeeze out this last one, or these last two. So we're looking at XERS as well, 172 million market cap. This one, it's already on the chart. Gapping up 30%, 26 million float, US biotech, super nice. Kind of exactly what we're looking for. Guys, phase 2 clinical study, positive results. all good things you want to hear. So I like everything about this company. So big first green day. We'll see what happens with this one. This one could technically really just keep running. Big support here at 6.5, it looks like. So let's see what happens. This thing is going to be fun to watch out of with the opening bell. TNXP very quickly. Whew, I gotta breathe. 13 million market cap, 8 million float, US biotech gapping 50%. Boom. I mean, that's like everything we typically want to see. The problem with this one is the news is very questionable. It's like they're going to present at Biotech Showcase 2020. I don't know, is that like super amazing? I have no idea. But it's like, is that the news that, you know, they're up so much about? That doesn't make sense. So kind of weird. What I do like about it though is their stats are just like, I mean, 13 million market cap, 8 million float. Guys, this thing could fly. Not to mention, there's not a lot of resistance. You know, they have kind of clear skies. So if they do, you know, keep running, I mean, I guess you could say, like, I drew these lines here, you know, 2.4, 2.5, and then, you know, around like 3.5 big resistance. But yeah, this thing could really rally hard. And you can see it basically already did 54%. So we'll be watching that one. Now, very quickly, we got 3 more minutes, and I just want to briefly put this on your guys' radar. TYME, this was being halted pre-market, so it kind of popped on my scanner because of that. You know, bouncing here 13%, just a huge sell-off though on this one. And this is because these guys have some serious dilution, and basically once their stock price went above $2, here you can see this, there was a bunch of shares that they sold on to investors for really cheap. Let's see, at a price of 1.5 shares. Wait, it's actually like not even that cheap. Typically, you'll see this stuff like really ridiculous, like a penny per share or something like that. Anyway, all these new shares, these totally new shares, are able to be dumped onto the market. So that's why, you know, when this thing hit $2, it just completely got obliterated, and this thing will probably just never see the light of day again. Actually, we had a limit order out on this one at 1.8 for this bounce, and it would have been a pretty nice bounce, but I actually removed the limit order just because I have such a sour taste in my mouth still from pre-market trading. Not to mention the volume on this is very light, so we would have never really been able to trade this with a larger account. SYN, same situation, guys. You know, big run up, but totally getting crushed. And, you know, it also has warrants out about this one, against this one. Oh, I closed the screen. Actually, what? No, wait, did I? Oh, it's still here, but I don't know. I don't know where the warrants are on this one, but they do have warrants out against them. So you got to watch out with these things. Just really keep an eye out. Quick question from Valentine. I had 150 fears before the split on INPX, but now 2. Thought it was 40 to 1. Let me think about that for a second. It wasn't 40 to 1. It was, what was it? It was like 45, no? Oh, wait, was it 1 to 40? Yeah, 1 to 45. Still doesn't really make sense. Wait, let me think about this for a second. You should still have, what, 3 shares maybe? I don't know. You can always contact your broker. They're going to give you really good answers on that stuff. Let's focus on the opening bell, but definitely contact your broker because it's always good to have a real answer. You want to learn something from every experience. All right, we got 14 seconds, guys. Deep breaths, a little bit of meditation. Hit the like button. And let's get started. INPX right now on the chart. Got to make sure we have no limit orders out as well. Everything is looking good. Some buying volume coming in here. Let's see what's moving. So INPX, obviously big dollar volume. That's no surprise. This still needs to update, doesn't it? LLEX. This one's just been a runner for so long lately. I think this could have such big support at 0.6, but I don't know if we're going to touch it today. We were trading this one yesterday as well. Yeah, trading on Robinhood, that's I just don't understand how like some people do it. Some people do it really well. I don't know. I have a lot to learn, I suppose. It really depends what you're looking for. To me, placing orders on limit order Robinhood has always freaked me out a little bit. LLEX facing a little bit of troubles here. Also, you guys probably noticed I've been a little bit more lightened up in my morning trading just because there's no need to rush into stuff. So INPX, their stats are just all over the place today. It says they're up 3,472%. It's a little questionable. Well, you gotta love the big moves that INPX always makes. I mean, these like two little candles is like 8%. It's like just blows my mind. CFRX to hit $1. Was that on our watch list? It was. Anything's possible, I suppose. Yuma, which we were looking at, is now dipping. That one's not on our watch list. Yeah, you know, I'm definitely taking my mornings a little bit more calm lately, but so far it's been working. I think in the next like few weeks here, I'll get a bit more aggressive again. $11.20 down today. That's just kind of absurd. Whew. Bye-bye, Yuma. It was nice knowing you. God, imagine being overnight on that puppy. All right, I need to get a little focused here. TNXP. Remember, this was one of the hot ones we were looking at. Nothing's really up that much. So far, I have not found something that I'm super stoked about, at least, you know, pre-market or with the opening bell. Also, this really aggressive selling off always puts me on the edge a little bit. You know, we had a nice little 50% gain, and then all the way down here, you know, 25% pullback is pretty aggressive. Big opening volume, but still selling off. I think this is like the ski jump. I don't know what this chart pattern is called, but I see this a lot where there's just like a downward slope and then just like a cliff. So not my favorite setup. We want to be typically gap and go strategy. We're looking for stuff moving up. Big opening volume, green candle, and then looking for that first bull flag. But so far, not really seeing it. HUSA, wow, completely getting demolished right now. Just went under some major support. MDIAV. Let me check this one out. Apparently, I actually want to trade LLEX potentially around 6. We actually had a limit order there pre-market, but never reached it. Wow, yeah, now you can see why. Super big bounce in this area. If we wanted to trade this one, we would need, I think, about 1,700 shares for about $1,000 entry. Yeah, just about. You want to watch out with these. If they break these support zones, they could just keep on crashing. Also, no new news. So was it one of those energy plays that just kind of ran up with the whole Iranian issue? Because you could really say many things about that. Okay, you had 3 shares, yeah. You know what? That's life as a trader. That's why I like to close out my positions overnight. So I sleep like a baby. I don't have trouble sleeping because I don't hold overnight. If the volume is too low, please let me know. I think it should be fine, but I feel like it's low. I think LLEX could be a really good potential buy here. I really like the support at 0.6. It's got long-term support, which is much, much nicer. You can see the support goes all the way back to over here. Over here. TYME breaking down. Oh man, everything's getting crushed this morning. I mean, the markets are totally fine, but the small caps are just not their day, huh? Also, there's no need to rush or force any trades. Usually, the second half of the morning trading is actually one of my favorite. It's a bit more relaxed. You have some moves already kind of forming, kind of coming to an end a little bit, and then you could get those reversals, really nice bounces and stuff like that. So it looks like LLEX could have been the one. Let's see what happens here. 628. 633 could break above it at any moment. So yeah, just having that limit order at 0.6 would have put us up 5% already. Here we go. This was the trade of the morning, potentially. Was not really on our watch list, but we were looking for it. Here we go, 6.4. I'm going to put alert here again. I had too many alerts go off this morning. I got to get smoother with the mornings. It's really my biggest problem. This is looking good. This one could really bounce hard. You know, I'm not a big fan of chasing these missed moves. I kind of like buying these things on the way down with the morning dips, but this one's kind of a picture perfect morning dip just because we have this big support zone here, former support, and it's long-term support too. Those tend to typically hold for at least the first bounce. And there's massive volume. Let's check out INPX very quickly. I'm keeping an eye right here on this dollar volume. I'm looking for stuff that's, you know, taking higher and higher. And I'm looking for the percent gainers. I would like something to really start becoming more noticeable. And I think HUSA is really the one so far that, to me at least, is becoming more noticeable. You can see it's above 20% now. Looks like it's going to be a little red to green move already. Let's check out their long-term chart again. Okay, so big support here at around 23. Making its move higher. This is the first one on our watch list today. Found that nice support. 12% move already. Nice breakout. Big buyers, check out that 700 buy order at 2.269. So this pullback that happened quite quickly. Shoo, it was a really aggressive pullback, huh? Big sellers now. Point 3 is going to have some big old resistance. 0.25 should act as some decent new support at the minimum. Remember, this one doesn't have any news though. I don't know. Everything on my watch list isn't really like selling me again. If we wanted to buy this one, around 4,000 shares. It's not like the smallest amount of shares. See if we can find some support in this area. LLEX back at 6. Just really quickly want to look at that one. Really nice bounce. Wasn't that strong though. 6%. Yeah, you got to watch out with these bounces. Ooh, we got SAVA also below. I'm not saying I'm trying to get an entry here at below 0.25. Actually, I would like an entry here. I'm saying like I don't think that you know, this thing could keep gapping higher. This could be a quick pullback. I'm just kind of, sometimes I like to have orders out, give me some perspective. Everyone trades differently, so just, you know, figure out what works for you. Think about this one has that big selling volume right off the back, but then, you know, big buyers coming in right away as well. CTIB below $2. $2 was a critical mark for it yesterday. Wow, there's just like, what isn't flying today? At least to the downside, looks like a little bit of everything, huh? Charles, I just saw your question. Do I use a 2% trailing stop loss in case you miss checking on it? I do sometimes use stop losses, but pretty rarely. So the answer actually is no. Once I'm in a position or alert goes off, and I like to kind of watch it pretty closely. Let's see, APEX moving. What was APEX again? What is moving? I'm gonna watch this one a little bit closer. It's one of the higher dollar volumes. It's also one of the highest percentage gainers. I like to focus on one of the bigger movers, and so far this is definitely it. I'm always extra cautious when something starts by dipping down. Yeah, LLEX, huh? That's a heavy one. All right, we're having a pullback here. It's probably a good chance it's going to reach 25. I'm not sure if it's going to reach my limit order. could be a really good entry on HUSA. A very quick 3% bounce already on it. 17 million market cap, 65 million shares outstanding, huge bounce. So we would have missed this entry anyway. I had my entry originally at a little above 0.25. Like I said, this isn't really looking for an entry. If there was a flash crash, yes, it would get an entry, but sometimes I like to just do a little bit of benchmarking, I guess you can call it. But if we did get an entry here, I still would like it actually. Going to go ahead and remove this limit order for now. I'm going to check on LLEX, just kind of get a glance at it. There's a lot of other stuff moving. Yeah, huge bounce at the 0.55, huh? Very, very nice. This one's probably going to bounce up, retest this former support zone. See if kind of confirm that as being new resistance. That would have been a pretty tough entry. I don't know. I think that 0.55 could have been a good entry, but it's tough. It's tough. I think the hardest part sometimes about trading these mornings is just like picking one thing. And right now there's just so much moving. Sometimes you're lucky and there's only like one or two things moving, and then it's like, it makes that a choice for you very easy. But I think a little bit of everything is going on right now. Whew, INPX, 16%. If you check out INPX on a long-term chart, it's just, you know, kind of mind-blowing. TNXP, again, this is one of our top picks, our third one. Just that really, really nice 13 million market cap, 8 million float. I mean, it's exactly what we're looking for. Looks like it's having a little red to green move as well. Remember, you want to be really cautious with these. They like to have these flash crashes to the downside. I wouldn't trade this one probably till maybe 10.10 as if we start seeing some real continuation to the upside. I'm going to actually put an alert here if it goes under 1.7. Kind of set that up for the future. Just kind of keep an eye on this one. This one could be a really, really nice entry. HUSA, I think, has still most of my attention. I have yet to really find something else besides maybe TYME just being mad sketchy. I don't even know how this one's still alive. And then LLEX, obviously, just purely based on volume, this thing could just be a really nice pick. Yeah, 10% bounce. Yeah, I don't know. So far, we haven't got anything. So no trades yet, if you're just tuning in. There's no rush, guys. There's absolutely no rush. I like to trade for about another hour and a half, 2 hours tops. So usually around 12 p.m. and then I'm done trading for the day. And then any trades I do after the live stream, because we're going to wrap up the live stream about 10, 15 minutes, then you guys will see in the recap video that I come out later today. But lately I've been a little bit, gassed off the pedal with the mornings. I made a few mistakes, a week and a half ago, and I just don't want to keep making them. So I decided to be a bit more chill with the opening bell trading. TNXP kind of pulling back right now. Everything's actually kind of pulling back right now. Looks like it's about to dip under 1.7. I think if this pulls it back to maybe below 1.6, it would be a massive buy for me. I'm going to go ahead and create a secondary alert just in case. so I don't miss that. INPX halted. Whew. Wow, it's already up 4,313%. Yeah. That percent changes are just all over the place. 16%, yeah, nice moves. I mean, I've always loved INPX just because the way it moves is phenomenal. Buying breakouts on it though, I find kind of tough. But yeah, look at that. Really just rides this one up. When did it get halted? At 47? So it should be unhalted very, very soon. The last price went out at 47.54. Yeah, so maybe like 2 minutes. Another 2 minutes. Oh, Emmanuel, by the way, I was trying to email you. I couldn't find that email. If anyone is interested in using Trade Journal, all you have to do is copy the, how do you do that? Let me quickly show you guys. Little detour. Just go here, say file, and say make a copy, and then you could start using it on your own. You don't have to request to use this one. There's a tutorial video on it as well if you go under Trade Journal tutorial videos. Good call though on INPX being halted. I'm pretty interested to see how this one looks when it gets unhalted. Let's see if it continues running up. HUSA looking really good. Woo, here we go. Just opened up. Boom, shooting up. Ay, ay, ay. The weird part of me wants to trade INPX. I love how this thing pulls back, to be honest. Check out these pullbacks. It's like super famous for them. Wow, big sellers, guys. Huge, huge sellers on INPX. I think it just got halted again. All right, we definitely don't want to miss this one. I'm going to put an alert here if it goes under 8, which I think it will. This could be a great dip buy. I think we're going to have to look for that. I might save it though for later today. Let's see. HUSA, HUSA. Does anyone else want to say HUSA when they see this ticker? I see Justin ISEE. I see ISEE. So HUSA, you know, former runner of multiple times, and not all the spikes hold, but in general, it seems to be that there's a secondary spike on the next day, and you know, this one's still young and it's got potential. I think this thing can really, really move up. Check out what these areas when I have these former spikers and just constantly moving higher. Kind of an interesting pick. Big resistance at around 0.3. This is one of those stocks that, you know, somehow you don't look at it, and then like 2 days later, you're like, what? How's it at 60, 70 cents? Forming a nice, maybe on the 5 minute, a nice little pullback here. This could be a bull flag. I don't know. It's not super clean. It's a little choppy, but also, I typically didn't trade sub dollar too much, so a lot of these move just like in a way I'm really just not comfortable with. Let me check out ISEE. $8.50. 354. No wait, where's it go? 354 million market cap. 41 million shares outstanding. So this thing's, you know, looking really good. Nice $3 million volume so far. You know, nothing crazy. Nothing has tremendous dollar volume today. All right, I really like ISEE. Wow, their long-term chart is a bit hectic. I remember we were trading this one. Actually, it looks like I wasn't trading this one. Oh, I was. I was just about to say somewhere in this gapping area. Oh, we had a nice little profit here on this pullback. This is one of those where you're just like, if I just held this one. Big support here. This one's getting a little top heavy, I'm not gonna lie. Here at the 894 area. But I like this, I like the clean ascent. It looks really, really nice. It's kind of makes you want to say it's overextended though, without even knowing anything about it, which doesn't make me feel very comfortable. You know, there's no reason this can't go to just, you know, $100. You see it every now and then, like a stock that starts off at $1 and then, you know, 2 weeks later it's at 100 and then the next day it's at 10 cents. Oh, that's really good. So they were upgraded by Wedbush to $13 a share. That's always really bullish news. Every time I see an upgrade, it typically has pretty lasting effects. So that's really good. I don't really know much about this one. I don't remember what they used to do. This thing could break out at any moment. I mean, it technically already has broken out. Let's see where we could have probably traded this one. I probably would have not traded this, but then first big break to the upside, pullback. This would have been a really nice entry here. Hard to get, but this would have been a nice one. I think a big problem I have with this one, I'm going to check out INPX right now, is like, even if you had a perfect, amazing trade in here, you'd only be up like 2-3%, which is a little bit problematic with that one for our trading style. For me personally, for some of you guys, it might, you know, it'd be a perfect pick. Doesn't really seem like anything to me is a perfect pick for today, unfortunately. INPX is back out of the halting, moving lower a little bit. I don't know. To me, INPX it's just really choppy and it's kind of going all over the place. You could probably argue there's going to be good support at $7, and I wouldn't be surprised if it tested it. $7 has been big support many times in the past. Well, many times. It was definitely support yesterday. Obviously, if we wanted to trade this one, we would need a smaller position size, about 120, probably 130, especially because we'd be trading closer to $7. I'm still not used to trading INPX with, I'm already trading with small share size, but now I just feel like I'm used to having to trade this with like 4,000 shares. So I think after the live stream, what I'm going to be focusing on is 100%, maybe, okay, 100% I'm going to be focusing on HUSA, and I'm going to be looking at, what was the other one? Was it TNXP, I believe it was? And then also I think it was those two, and then XERS maybe. And then maybe some bigger pullbacks from INPX I'll be looking for, and also a bigger pullback from LLEX. Though I think those could all be phenomenal trading opportunities. And I'm definitely looking forward to it. Unfortunately, we didn't get any of the gap and go strategy today or yesterday. But, you know, maybe by the end of the week, we're going to capture a few. There's really no rush. We're already, you know, we're doing January really nicely. And if we just continue this pace, we're going to beat November and December in no time. And, you know, if I don't feel totally comfortable entering a trade, I'm just not going to enter a trade. Not to mention, I already feel like enough pressure. I feel like when I'm live streaming, I think it's a lot of self-imposed pressure, but I still feel it. So it is what it is. All right, it looks like INPX is gonna maybe crash here under 8, or it's gonna rally back up. I don't know. This is a tough one. I would not be buying it right now, but if it dips, I would like to probably enter around $7. So probably on the trade recap, you're gonna see me talking about that. All right, guys, I'm gonna wrap up the video here. I'm gonna take my 5-10 minute break, and then I'm gonna get back to trading the afternoon. I'm super stoked. I'm looking forward to today. I think it's gonna be good fun. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. It's really, really good fun trading with you guys. I learned a lot. I mean, we learned everything from, you know, Robinhood with their quirky little system to some halts and all sorts of fun stuff. So guys, again, I appreciate it. Let's keep at it. Let's get to this $25,000 challenge by making sure we just study all the trading charts, all our past trades, and working hard every single day, and not partying too hard on the weekends. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. Leave a like if you found value in this content. Subscribe if you're new here, you want to see more videos like this. We do our recap at the end of the day all the time. And then, yeah, that's everything from me, guys. Stay safe. And like always, make some awesome trades. Make me proud. Make yourselves proud. Till next time, ciao, ciao. Woo, I think INPX is going down.